Oh boy. Hi everybody, it's Little Prepper Lady here. Today is Sunday, June 2nd, 2019. I got it right this time. Don't even want to talk about that. As you can see in the background, I am not my normal location. I am at Ed's house. We are getting our notes around and everything ready for tonight's live stream. So, I just wanted to come on real quick and talk about my topic for today, which is your bug out bag and ensuring that you're carrying the appropriate amount for your body weight, and especially based on how far you're going to be traveling. So, in the instance of myself and my family, we're not traveling a great distance. We're only going to be traveling about 4 miles, maybe a little over 4 miles. So, keeping that in mind, I also do have children, and they're all going to have their own bags as well. So, you have to factor all of that into what you're going to be packing in every individual bag based on the individual that you're packing for. So myself, for instance, I'm a very tiny person. I don't weigh very much. So my bag probably wouldn't weigh any more than 20 to 25 pounds, 30 max, only because we're only traveling that short distance. If it was going to be any more than that, then I would have to definitely cut my bag way down to be able to endure traveling that entire distance with that amount of weight on my back. Now, I'm not saying that we're not going to stop, because we're obviously going to need to stop. We're going to have the animals with us, and we're going to have the kids, and they're going to need to stop, even though it is 4 miles. That's still quite a ways to journey, with 5 people and 6 animals. So it's going to be, an adventure all in its own, just getting to where we need to get to. And that's another point I want to bring up. If you're traveling with animals, you have to make sure that you have your things that you need for your animals as well. So whether you have a separate bag that's going to contain all of the items that you need for your animals, or if you're going to divvy those items up amongst your group that you're traveling with in all of their bags. As far as myself, I think that I'm going to divvy everything up amongst all of our bags, because we do have, quite a few people that are going to be traveling. It's myself, my boyfriend, and the 3 kids. So if we divvy everything up for our animals amongst all of those packs, we should be good to go. But if there's 1 or 2 of you, and you have your animals that are traveling, then it might be something where you're just going to have an extra pack, and you can carry that on the front of yourself. So you can have your normal pack on the back, and then you can carry one on the front of you. And that's also another good point. If you need to carry extra supplies, you can always double up by doing something on the front and something on the back. Just make sure that you're distributing the weight evenly. You don't want something way heavier on the front versus the back, and the other way around, because it's going to be harder to walk that way. So keep that in mind when you're packing up your bags as well. For my children, my daughter's quite a bit larger than I am, so she could probably carry about 30 to 35 pounds in her pack. And same with my boyfriend's, daughter. My son is only going to be 11 in August, so he probably wouldn't be able to carry any more than maybe 10, 15, 20 pounds max. He's a pretty strong kid, but that's quite a long ways for him to be trekking to carry that amount, on his back. So I need to keep that in mind. And then Brian, he will most likely be carrying the majority of the weight, and I'll probably put 2 packs on him just because he has the leg strength to be able to do that, and he can carry more that way. So I might switch it up. I might be putting all of the things, for my animals in a separate bag and having him carry that on the front, and then his normal pack on the back. So those are just some things to think about. If you're going shorter distances, obviously you can carry way more in your pack. But if you're going a longer distance, you need to carry what you need to carry, but only what you need to carry, because it's going to get very heavy after a while, the longer that you travel. And like I said, yes, we're going to be stopping, and yes, the majority of people are going to be stopping, depending on when you're leaving, depending on what you have to go through in order to get to where you're going. You will need to take at least 1 break, if not more. So you will get a break from that, but once you take that pack off, you sit down, set up a camp, get some food or whatever it is that you're doing, and then you put that pack back on, it's going to feel like double the weight almost, because your body's not used to carrying that. So that's my next thing that I want to get into. making sure that we're getting ourselves in shape for any type of situation that's going to entail carrying, packs on ourselves. So arm strength is a huge one, and building up your back strength as well. So doing any type of lifting, with a weight bench, that's going to be good. You want to build up your leg strength as well. You don't want to strain your back from carrying the weight on it, so you want to have that strength within your legs as well. So any type of leg exercises that you can be doing, and walking. Walk as much as you possibly can. Walking is great for your body. It's great exercise. It doesn't put strain on your knees like running does. And then start walking with your pack on. Or maybe don't do your full pack. So do your walking. Get used to walking. Whatever the distance is, get yourself up to walking that distance that you have to travel to your bug out location. And then start walking that distance with a small amount of weight. So maybe start with 2.5 pounds. Walk that distance. Then bump it up to 5 pounds. And just get yourself used to that and get yourself into that momentum of having that and traveling that distance. And eventually you'll have yourself up to that pack. You'll be building your strength up for it, and you'll be good to go as far as all of that goes. These are just some things that I'm going to start doing myself once I have some free time. I think it's important. I really love walking, and I live in town, so I can walk 4 miles, around the entire town, and that'll be my distance that I have to take, to my bug out location. Yes, I'm going to be walking to my bug out location. I enjoy doing that anyway. It's a pretty straight trek, and they keep it, cleared for the most part, so I don't think we're going to encounter too much of an issue if that happens and we have to bug out of our house. I think everything's going to be fine as far as that goes, just because of where the location is and what we're traveling on. It's actually an old abandoned railroad track, so the town keeps that pretty cleared out, so I don't think we're going to have any issues with that. But like I said before, if you're going to be traveling someplace and you're going through a lot of wooded area, you want to keep checking on that area and making sure that, it's passable and there isn't, any additional things that you're going to encounter out there. So just be aware of that. And if at all possible, take your walks on your route, because not only are you keeping track of what's going on in that area, but you're building up the stamina and, you're already prepared for that. We have emergency evacuation drills for everything. If you have a job, they do like fire drills or whatever once a month, so that you know how to get out and where to go to. This is kind of the same thing. Just think of it as, an emergency evacuation drill, knowing where you have to go and how you're going to get there and what it's going to take for you to be able to get there. And it might not be a good idea also to have a spare pack that has what you would normally have in the pack once you get yourself up there, and start using the stuff, the water and stuff on your trek. That way you know how much water you're going to need to have in your pack. Stop and cook something out, throw your portable grill down if you have one or something, or start a fire and, cook some food that you have with you, so you know what you're going to need when that situation arises and you're already prepared for it. So that's all I have for you guys tonight. I gotta go start working on some more things with Ed over here. And as always, guys, always remember everything does happen for a reason. Whether you're having a good day or a bad day, you're in a good situation or a bad situation. You're on that journey for a reason. Just stick with it and everything's going to be okay. Also, always remember, forget about the past. There isn't anything that we can do about the past. Yes, you want to learn from the past as best you can, but forget about the things that you can't change and do anything about. Be thinking about the future, but be living in the now. Be living, be loving, be laughing every single day, enjoying your family, and be focused on the future, because that's always very important. That's all I got for you guys today. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.